Every story you've heard paints him as a villain, a thief of maidens, a god cloaked in death. But what if I told you Hades was never the devil? That the lord of the underworld was not a monster, but a guardian of balance, wealth, and fate itself. Tonight, we descend into the shadows to uncover the truth of the most misunderstood god of all time. Beneath the earth, where no sunlight dares to reach, lies a realm of shadows, a place where rivers of memory, fire, and sorrow carve their way through endless darkness. And seated upon a throne of obsidian, silent and unyielding, is the god who rules it all. His name is Hades. Welcome to Lyre and Labyrinth. Here, we wander through the maze of myth, guided by stories as old as time. Today, we descend into the underworld to discover the truth of Hades, god of the dead, lord of balance, and the most misunderstood of all Olympians. To understand Hades, we must begin at the very dawn of the gods themselves. When Cronus, king of the Titans, devoured his children to prevent them from overthrowing him, Hades was swallowed whole alongside his brothers and sisters. For years, he lived in darkness, trapped within the stomach of his father. It was Zeus, the youngest, who escaped this fate, and with cunning and courage, Zeus forced Cronus to disgorge his siblings. From that moment, the war for the cosmos began. For 10 years, the Olympians clashed against the Titans. Mountains trembled, seas boiled, and the very sky burned with lightning and fire. When the Titans finally fell, the three brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, cast lots to decide their realms. Zeus claimed the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades was given the underworld. Not a punishment, not exile, but necessity. For someone had to guard the boundary between life and death. The underworld of Hades was no place of fiery torment, but a vast and intricate realm of order. 5 rivers flowed through it: the Styx, river of oaths; the Lethe, river of forgetfulness; the Acheron, river of sorrow; the Phlegethon, river of fire; and the Cocytus, river of wailing. Here, souls arrived after death, guided by Hermes and ferried across the Styx by Charon, the boatman. At the gates stood Cerberus, the 3-headed hound, a beast both loyal and terrible, ensuring that no soul escaped its fate. And deep within, the realm was divided, the fields of Asphodel, where ordinary souls wandered in quiet shadow; Elysium, a paradise for the righteous and heroic; and Tartarus, a pit for the wicked and the enemies of the gods. All of it watched over by Hades, silent, patient, absolute. Yet no tale has stained Hades' name more than that of Persephone. The story tells us that one day, while the maiden daughter of Demeter gathered flowers, the earth split open, and from the chasm emerged Hades in his golden chariot. He swept her into the underworld, making her his queen. Demeter, goddess of the harvest, searched the earth in grief, and as her sorrow deepened, crops withered and famine spread. At last, Zeus intervened. An agreement was struck. Persephone would spend part of the year above with her mother, and part of the year below, beside Hades. Thus, the ancients explained the seasons: spring and summer, when Persephone rises; autumn and winter, when she returns to the underworld. But listen closely. The story is more complicated than it seems. Some ancient sources describe Persephone not as a victim, but as a willing queen, a partner who ruled beside Hades with equal power. For she was not merely stolen, she was transformed. So who, truly, was Hades? Unlike Zeus, he was not a god of lust and reckless passion. Unlike Poseidon, he did not stir storms in anger. Hades was steady, just, unchanging. He did not cause death, he only received it. His task was not cruelty, but balance. He ensured that the dead remained in their realm, that oaths sworn upon the Styx were unbreakable, and that mortals and gods alike respected the order of the cosmos. And while his realm was shadowed, it was also filled with wealth. For beneath the earth lay precious metals and fertile soil. Thus, Hades was called Pluton, the giver of wealth. Far from being a devil, he was a guardian of life's most unshakable law, that all things end, and in ending, find their place. The myths of Hades teach us more than fear of death. They remind us that endings are not chaos, but order. Persephone's descent is not only loss, but the turning of the seasons. The underworld itself is not only darkness, but a mirror of justice, where every soul is measured by its deeds. To the Greeks, Hades was a figure of awe, not loved, rarely worshipped, but respected. For in him, they saw the truth none can escape, that life and death are bound together, each giving meaning to the other. For Hades, lord of the underworld, keeper of oaths, guardian of wealth, and silent witness to the fate of every soul. Perhaps he was never the villain after all. Perhaps he was simply inevitable. And so, when next you hear his name whispered as a curse, remember the truth. Hades is not the god of death, but the god of what lies beyond it. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadowed depths of myth, join us again, here in Lyre and Labyrinth, where every story is a thread, and every thread leads deeper into the maze of legend. Until then, tread carefully, for even the gods are watching.